It's raining all-stars in Phoenix. Check out the Cavs' Tyrone Hill. Charles tells us why he hates white people. He may be a walk-on, but Don Jantonio played like a blue-chip recruit in the Buckeyes' first Big Ten win of the year. Olympic champ and Akron native Butch Reynolds is ready for your phone calls, and Big Albert Belle is on deck in the TV5 studio. It's not on SportsCenter, it's on Sports Sunday, and Sports Sunday is next. Hello, sports fans. I'm Newey Scruggs, and this is Sports Sunday. I'm excited. We've got an action-packed show for you. Albert Belle of the Indians will be here, and speedster Butch Reynolds will stop by and take your phone calls. Just dial 578-1000, and you can talk to Butch. We'll start off with the NBA, though. The All-Star Game. Take it to America West Arena in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. There's Tyrone Hill, the Cavs forward. He's second in the league in rebounding and making his first All-Star appearance. Up next, that's Gary Briggs. He's a trainer of the Cavs, and he's right down there. Grant Hill shows you why he was the top overall vote getter in the NBA All-Star voting. You see the guy there, looked like Jordan. Charles Barkley playing good host, giving it up to Akeem Olajuwon of Houston. The Dream has 13 points and 11 rebounds. Tyrone doing it right there. That's what he always does. He just puts it back in, not pretty, but it gets the job done. Shaq Diesel gets the rebound, and the big man can run, maneuvering like a point guard. And the nice lay-in. Shaq would lead the East with 22 points. But here's the man on the night, the Kings' Mitch Richmond. 3-ball, and he got it. Don Nelson traded him from Golden State. Now he's an All-Star Game MVP with Sacramento. 23 points. The East gets rolled up, 139-112. Just ask the mailman.
And Mutombo rebounds.
Yeah, we kicked their butt. Yeah, we did.
They beat us every phase of the game, really. We wanted to come out and get out the blocks and show that the East was the best, but they got up on us and never looked back.
Just felt good to just come to the All-Star game and hold my head up high and say I'm a Sacramento King. That was the best feeling, I think, overall the whole week. But this tops it. You always dream yourself up there one day, but this is just overwhelming. I feel good about what happened, and I don't think it's going to hit me until tomorrow.
Sir Charles held court yesterday in Phoenix, and in typical Barkley fashion, the guy spoke his mind. The subject, female groupies.
Number one, they should get a life, but number two, the media. But number two, any guy out there in society who's handsome or got a lot of money, women are going to try to talk to him. So the groupie thing is a sick subject, and you guys should get a f***ing life. Thank you. See, that's why I hate white. We're from Vancouver.
Bob Lanier will be the new head coach of the Golden State Warriors. ESPN is reporting that Don Nelson will step down as general manager and head coach. Nellie's son, Don, right there on the right, he's an assistant coach, and he will also leave the team. Tyrone Hill was not the only representative of the Cleveland Cavaliers at the All-Star Game. Trainer Gary Briggs made the trip to the Valley of the Sun, and the way the Cavs season has gone so far this year, it is a trip Briggsy has earned. Is Hot Rod Williams the Cavs MVP this year? How about Bobby Phills? Maybe Terrell Brandon? Here's a case for Gary Briggs, the Cavs trainer. After all, no trainer in the NBA has seen more starters fall than Briggsy.
We don't get sprained ankles. We get like back surgeries and wrist, Achilles tendons repairs, and those types of things. It kind of takes the player out of my hands and removes them from me. So this, and having, all of a sudden you take 4 starters out of your lineup, it's really, it puts you under so much pressure.
Briggs says it's nice being a part of the Cavs, but beware, being an NBA trainer is not a glamorous job.
You're under the pressure to do everything to your ability. If it means being in the training room till 11 or 12 o'clock at night, if it means going in on Sundays when everybody else is off, those are things that if you were in the job very long, you just accept those things.
Briggs is director of team travel, and during games, he's an assistant to head coach Mike Fratello.
I keep track of each team's personal fouls, team fouls, timeouts, delays of games, illegal defenses, just so that we keep a running total so that our staff knows, what's going on.
Despite the loss of center Brad Doherty, guard Gerald Wilkins, point man Mark Price, and nagging injuries to Doherty's replacement Hot Rod Williams, the Cavs are only 2.5 games out of first place.
The thing that I give the most credit to about our team is they've risen to the occasion because of it, and I can't say enough about the guys that have continued to play.
At the midway point, these battered Cavs are 28-19. If there was ever a perfect selection for the '95 All-Star Game, it's Gary Briggs. And congratulations to Gary. When we come back, the king of swing, at least he is around these parts, Albert Belle will be here. Big Al goes one-on-one with our Lisa Burkue next. Deion Sanders may have a rap album, but he hasn't made an appearance on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. The Indians' Albert Belle has. The big guy is hanging with our Lisa Burkue. Take it away.
Well, thanks, Newey, and I'm sure Albert would contest that he can sing better than Deion, but we'll leave that for another night. Thanks for coming down, Albert. Lots to talk about, but the reason we brought you down tonight was because it's All-Star basketball weekend, and this afternoon we snuck out to Lakewood Gym, caught you playing a little hoops. Tell us about that. What made you start a team and play?
Well, I was invited by a buddy of mine last year to play on this team. He was short on players, and had a good time. You go out and run up and down the court, try to stay in shape, and this year I decided to sponsor a team, and I was really serious about winning, so I recruited some guys, and so far we put it together. I think we're 11-1, and we beat the second-place team today.
What's your forte? Is it the three-pointer, the inside game?
No, I'm pretty much the down and dirty guy. Lots of I set up picks for guys at the top, lots of rebound and lots of elbow throwing. So I leave the scoring to the other guys.
The tough guy inside. All right, we'll take a look at the way you played this afternoon. I think you were playing the other team that you were tied with in the division. How'd you do? Did you win today?
Yeah, we won today. It was I think we won 78-62. I was a little bit more physical than usual. I had to hold the tallest guy in the gym, so I had to, muscle my way around a little bit. But, it was just fun, just running up and down the court and to be in competition again.
Well, you're probably staying just as busy as any major league player this offseason. Not only basketball, not only softball, which we'll get to in a minute, but also acting. You were on Hanging with Mr. Cooper a couple weeks ago, and we want to show the people at home that didn't have a chance to see it, your big acting debut. Let's take a look.
Can I get your autographs?
Why, sure. That's quite a deep voice you have there, little lady. So who should I make it out to?
Tyler.
Try NEPA. They call it Ty for short, These kids' names nowadays. Right, here you go, sweetheart.
Thank you. So tell us about it. What'd you like about it? Was it more difficult than you thought? Were you nervous?
Well, acting's pretty tough. I mean, it looks easy, but it's pretty tough. I mean, they were changing our lines every day. Every day I had a different set of lines, but the cast, Mark Curry and those guys were pretty fun to work with, and they made it, easy and more comfortable for me to act. So, it's definitely, a lot of fun experience for me my first time.
All right, we'll look for you again on another show. I don't know what it will be, but we'll look for another show. Okay. Another big thing, obviously, that everybody here in Cleveland wants to know about is baseball. You got a little closer to real baseball a few weeks ago when you played some softball. It was the big Pepsi All-Star game, I think, out in Palm Springs. Did you have a good weekend? And what were the guys talking about? Was there a lot of talk about the strike, or were you guys just relaxing and having fun?
Well, we were just out there having a good time. It was a chance to get out in nice weather. It was storming in Los Angeles, but it was nice and sunny. And Palm Springs, I stayed there a few extra days to get some golfing in. And obviously we were concerned about the strike. But we were just we mentioned that, but we were just there to relax and have a lot of fun.
Okay, a couple days ago, let's talk baseball, because that's what everybody in Cleveland wants to hear. You fellas did so well last year. A couple days ago, Lenny Dykstra made some comments, and it seems that there's been a lot of reports, and they might be false, it might be true, that's why you're here to tell us, that some of the players are becoming disgruntled, that they feel that if there was a secret vote, that you guys actually might come to an agreement. Lenny Dykstra talked on ESPN a few days ago. Here's what he had to say. Let's take a listen.
See, unlike last year in the strike, and unlike hockey this winter, even if you were opposed to your union or opposed to what was happening, you couldn't really do anything about it. There was nowhere, you couldn't say, okay, I want to play.
Well, that's Lenny. A lot of people seem to take that as if he would cross the line. What's the feeling lately among the players? Are you getting antsy?
Not really. You know, I don't think the players are, you know, thinking about crossing the line. I mean, there's just obvious rumors floating around that players are getting antsy. You know, obvious this time of the year, you're looking forward and getting ready to go to spring training, but, you know, unfortunately, it's not going to work out that way. You're probably going to see replacement players out on the field, but we're getting ready. There's about 100 players getting ready for the Reebok tour that's going to start up May 1st. We're going to have about 3 weeks. You know, pitchers are going to have 4 weeks ahead of that to go down to spring training. We're probably going to be in Homestead, Florida. A lot of those decisions hadn't been finalized yet, so we're pretty much getting ready for the Reebok tour. Before we talk about that, what makes you so confident, Albert, that players are not going to cross the line when those checks stop coming through? Well, there's, based on the players in the past, they haven't crossed the line. They've been in the same situation. They made a lot less money. Players today are making more money, and they were forewarned ahead of time to be prepared for the worst case scenario of a long strike, you know, to start saving then. I mean, it was back during the summer, and, you know, budget your money wisely. And, you know, I'm sure most of the players have, but, you know, there's, you know, the few exceptions. And but I think, you know, no player has ever crossed the line, and I don't think, you know, that one player wants to be the first guy to cross the line. We're a pretty solid union. We have been for a long time, and we're going to continue to be. All right, let's look at the positive. What needs to be done in order for an agreement to be reached? You guys rejected Bill Lussery's efforts last week. Do you work off of that, or, you know, what's the process? Are you going back to the bargaining table, or talks breaking off? I think talks are breaking off. The owners are pretty much going to wait around and see if, you know, somebody's going to cross the line. And once they see how successful the Reebok tour is, and probably things are going to be a lot different with the replacement players out there, then, you know, it'll be a different story. But, you know, the main thing we have to do is stick together and wait this thing out. I mean, we've done it in the past, and I don't see why we won't do it again. If Congress takes away the antitrust exemption, will that be one thing that will say, okay, we're going to go into camp, or is a lot more than that? Well, you know, it's a lot more than that, but if they were to do that, it will probably help speed up the process. But the biggest weapon that we have is sticking together and not crossing the line. And that's been our biggest weapon since 1966 when they got together, and it'll continue to be, you know, a big weapon for us. But as long as, you know, the players stick together, then, you know, we're going to remain solid. All right, thanks a lot, Albert. Thanks for coming down. I tell you what, very interesting, because we've heard so many different reports, and you don't know what to believe, and finally you get somebody down here to tell it like it is. I know baseball fans here in Cleveland wish it weren't true, so everyone will have to stay tuned and see if we can make some progress. Thanks, Albert. You're welcome. All right, well, Sports Sunday is hardly over. Newey Scruggs will be back with all the action on the ice, and a miracle in Columbus last night. First Big Ten win for the Buckeyes, and a Clevelander helped pull it off. Buckeye basketball on the flip side.
Maryland beat #1 North Carolina convincingly this week. Carolina's still #1, but tomorrow UConn could be top dog. Georgia Tech is good at pulling off the upset in the Thriller Dome. Take it to Atlanta, Georgia. Bobby Crimmins didn't have his big man, and it hurt him. Rasheed Wallace, 7 dunks on the day. Wallace would have 27 points. Carolina tops Tech 85-81. #1 now is UConn. That's Travis Knight with the jam. Darren Schaefer puts it away, 77-70 UConn. They are now #1. That's Gary Trent of Ohio U. He has 19 points, and look at that jam right there. But guess what? Antonio Daniels has the answer, and Bowling Green pounds the Cats by 11. 79-68 is the final. Ohio State finally won their first Big Ten game of the year last night with a 70-66 victory over Northwestern. Not exactly the reason to pop the champagne corks, but for one Cleveland player, it has been a successful season. Our Matt Underwood explains.
You may have heard that Don Giantonio of Menor is an Ohio State basketball player, but you won't find him here. No, he's not in the team picture, and there's no player profile of him in the media guide. But he does exist. We found him Saturday night at St. John Arena wearing number 35 for the Scarlet and Gray. The reason for Giantonio's somewhat secret identity is that he made the team late as a walk-on. He is the most intense player on Randy Ayers' roster. While Giantonio will never lead the Buckeyes in scoring, he'll certainly lead them in floor burns. Last night, his gritty, hustling style forced 3 turnovers. He's the kind of player you hate to have guarding you.
I think so. I think Don's got that type of a reputation now where he's going to come in. He guarded Respert real well when he played here. You know, we stuck him on Carlisle. We wanted to try to wear Carlisle down a little bit, and I think the other teams know that Don's going to come in and make hustle plays for us.
I know I'm not going to, play a lot of minutes, so I know while I'm in there, I can give as much as I can, and I'm, not going to be worn out or anything. I could, go in and give Doug a break, or, give Ricky a break, or whoever needs a break, and go in there and, wear the guy down, so when they come back in, he'll be a little bit more tired than they are. So that's what, coach is asking of me, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Against Northwestern, Giantonio quadrupled his season average by hitting for 8 points, including a pair of clutch 3-pointers.
I'm having fun, and, the guys on the team are a lot of fun to be around with, and we're having a lot of fun. Just, finally got a win, and it feels a lot better now.
Although the Buckeyes are headed for their first 20-loss season in 19 years, Don Giantonio is trying to stay positive.
You learn a lot from wins and from losses. As a team, we've tried to build on our losses, and each game we've gotten better, and we just haven't been able to put it together for a whole entire game, and that that was something we were able to do tonight, and that helped. It's going to help us going into our next game Tuesday. So.
With that kind of attitude, it's easy to see why he's becoming a fan favorite in Columbus. For Sports Sunday, I'm Matt Underwood.
Great report, Matt. From college hoops to high school hoops, it's time for the Fab Five, and the top team stays the same. Cleveland Heights is number 1. Belangelo St. Joe's checks in at number 2. Conneaut, 17-0, is at number 3. Glenville, with a 17-1 record, is number 4. Twinsburg, undefeated, but they are number 5. The Jacks get it handed to them again, courtesy tonight of Chicago. Tim Breslin makes it a 2-0 Chicago lead in the first period. Lee Davidson adds to the lead, and it's 3-0 Chicago. The Jacks' Jamie Black leads the comeback. Too late. The Jacks are now 0-2-1 in their last 3 ball games. To high school action, North Olmsted's Josh Alberts beats Mentor's Matt Hannick, but Mentor gets the last laugh in the Barron Cup City Championship with a 2-1 win. A 6-4 record isn't bad in the National Hockey League these days, but it's not good enough if you're in the Northeastern Division. Pittsburgh's in first place, their record 10-0-1. Quebec's in second. They've only lost 1 game. This means the Buffalo Sabres better improve on that 6-4-1 mark. To the odd please. Brian Malinsky gives Boston a 1-0 lead. The Sabres will come back and tie it. Ray Bork snaps a 1-1 tie. Boston downs Buffalo 2-1, and here are the rest of tonight's scores. Butch Reynolds is on deck. Just call 578-1000 to talk live with the Olympic champion. Sports Sunday continues, so don't you dare go away. Hey, welcome back to the show. It's our pleasure to have Olympic medalist Butch Reynolds with us. Butch will take your phone calls. Just dial 578-1000 to talk with the Akron native. He's in town this week racing at the first Key Corp Track and Field Classic. The meet will be at Gund Arena on Friday. Butch, how excited are you to be racing right back here near Akron and all your hometown fans can see it?
You know, it's good to be back in Cleveland, Akron, because all my hometown can see it, my mother, my parents, and it's good to be back, and I'm excited, and I'm in shape. I'm ready to run.
Now, this is the first event ever here at the Gund, and I guess they're kicking it off right. I mean, they got Jackie Joyner-Kersee there. You're going to be there. I mean, there's the creme de la creme of track and field are going to be.
Well, it's good that, you know, this part of Ohio can bring in the cream of the crop. You know, this is an opening thing for IMG Key Corp Classic, and I feel that bringing the cream of the crop here can showcase our athleticism and hopefully kick off the 1996 Olympics.
Talk about Atlanta. I mean, this has got to be a big one for you, not just because it's in Atlanta, Georgia, in the U.S., but the fact that you didn't get to compete in '92 in Barcelona.
Well, you know, being 30 years old in Atlanta, I'd be like 32, so I'd be at the prime of my elite athleticism, and I feel that that's where I can hopefully bring home a gold in the 4x4 and hopefully a gold in the 400. It will be my last Olympics, and hopefully I can go out with the kind of enthusiasm that I did in 1988 when I did win a gold and a silver and broke the 20-year world record.
Talk about 1988. I mean, that had to be, you know, once you started in track and field, that had to be what you reach for. Everybody dreams about getting that gold medal around their neck. What did it mean to you?
You know, that was the lead of my athleticism, was winning that world record, and when that gold medal was just the icing on the cake for me. I had trained very hard, trained for 28 years to win that medal. Every day, every night, trying to be the best and trying to be dedicated. And right now, I'm 30 years old, and I still have the same dedication I did trying to win the '88 medal. And I'm very excited. I feel good, I'm healthy, and I'm just looking forward to running at the Key Corp Classic and running a very fast time and really kicking off and launching my success for 1996.
Okay, now most of us know that you didn't get a chance to race in the '92 Olympics, but you won $27 million. Yeah. Talk about the whole incident with the charges that were against you.
Well, you know, I had some accusations against me back in 1990. I proved my innocence by going to the Supreme Court, not once but twice. I was awarded $27 million for the accusation, and I ended up losing the $27 million in the Supreme Court, but yet there's still an opportunity for me to go back with an appeal and fight it. A lot of people said that the Supreme Court is the last step, but my attorneys and I have found other means to probably compensate me for the losses and the damage they did to myself and my family.
Yeah, definitely steroids and stuff. I mean, that's probably the most damaging thing that can be brought against anyone in track and field.
But, you know, that's like committing murder, because our name, our reputation is on the line, and not only that, our livelihood is on the line. That's why I make my living, and to take that from me for 2.5 years on a false accusation that they admitted that they made a mistake, but sorry, Butch, we cannot admit to that because it will cost us our reputation. So we'd rather destroy your reputation to protect ours. I mean, that was a hard pill to swallow, and they tried to make me swallow that for 2.5 years, but, you know, it's not over yet. You know, I'm still running, I'm still able to fight. My attorneys and I have found ways to get some type of result, some type of compensation.
Let's talk about some happier news here. Mm-hmm. You almost played for the Cleveland Browns. Talk about that. That was an interesting story you were telling me earlier.
Yeah, in 1988, I came in, and Art Mardell gave me a call, him and Marty Schottenheimer, when he was here. And I came down here and caught some passes and still have big knuckles from it. But I really enjoyed it. But when Marty went to Kansas City, Bud Carson came in, and it wasn't the same for me there. You know, I said, well, I'm going to go back to the Olympics in '92 and win the gold instead of winning the silver like I did in '88. So I just made my commitment to being a track and field athlete and leaving football alone at the time.
All right, hey, Butch, we got a lot of people want to talk to you, so let's go ahead and get to those phone lines right now.
Pleasure to talk to you. You got a raw deal from the IAAF, as everyone knows, and your 43-3 split on the World Championship World Record Relay proves that, and I wonder how you think you'll fare against Michael Johnson, and if either you or he are going to break your world record. Thanks.
That's a good question. Michael's in excellent shape. I'm in excellent shape. I went to Dallas this year and spent some time with Michael, and we know that we're going to sell our differences on the track. I'd like to congratulate Michael. He just broke the world indoor record. So he has the world indoor, I have the world outdoor, and come this year and hopefully 1996 as well. We're going to be going head-to-head a few times to make a big war out of it, and the better man will win.
Hey, that's good. Hey, we got to squeeze in one more. Got to squeeze in one more for you, big guy.
Yeah, hello. I'd like to know how Butch Reynolds feels about competing at Gund Arena this coming weekend, and about the competition. He's up against a lot of good indoor runners. Thanks.
Thank you.
I feel that it's great to compete at Gund Arena. I'm happy that we have a sponsor that's Key Corp, and I feel that the competition is going to be strong. It's going to be a tough race for me, but I'm in shape and I'm ready to run. I'm ready to run fast.
All right, hey.
I appreciate it.
Best of luck to you. Good meeting with you.
Me.
Butch Reynolds, he will be out there Gund Arena Friday night. Definitely check him out, but we got to move on. NASCAR is back, and so is the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt, the 94 NASCAR Winston Cup champion. He won the Busch Class today at Daytona International Speedway, and there you see him taking off right there for those fast 10 laps.
That's his style, right? That's right.
And as always, this guy is super, super tough.
Short. Earnhardt does it for the 6th time. Wins the Busch Class.
Largest crowd of the year to ever see a crunch game. Zoran Karic and the NPSL champs take apart Milwaukee, the final 16-9. Hey, get your tickets. Shaq Fu returns to Cleveland on Wednesday. Remember last time Orlando was here, they had to walk a block to get to Gund Arena. I don't think it'll happen this Wednesday night. Want to thank Olympic champion Butch Reynolds for stopping by. We can't forget Albert Belle of the Indians. And that is Sports Sunday. Bye.